Okay, everyone. I am on the phone right now with a John Porter again. We're back again to elaborate a little bit more on um, this Mary Mercedes, aka Karen Crozier, Carolyn Crozier, out of Sebring, Florida, which resides about 13 miles from where John Porter resides. We're back on to really discuss in detail what is the reasoning behind this woman. Why? Was she asked to do this as a favor from the five men that I have the allegations on, in pending in federal court? Is that what she's was this woman brought into this or hired into this or paid, John? Are you there,
So
John?
first off, Ms. Crozier is known as as a convict, as one that is always getting in trouble. She is known for doing drug tests in that area. She also was caught distributing drugs in a detention center.
Right, you told me that. Yeah, amazing. So,
Now here's the thing: the connection would be that they probably put pressure on her to do these things because of the drug trade, which we mentioned in a
but
video or
what,
two
but
back.
John, but that doesn't have
It,
anything to do with me. So what the general public is why are these men, the men that became obsessed, lustfully obsessed, and felt that they loved me in a totally incomplete, abnormal way, are you stating these men so happen to be in the drug trade, and because of their revenge, because they felt that I rejected them, they've used these caliber of people? Is that what you're stating, John? Is that what we're getting at?
that's what I would say. Yeah,
Okay, so how was I made accessible to them? Is it again because of the way my life was torn down? You had mentioned that. Because these are not people I would even socialize with. So I was made accessible to them through this revenge and these men that wanted to get even, that could use from political favors to sabotaging my life, my family, and all of that. So is that what you're stating to me, John? Is that what happened here with this Karen?
yes.
So
Mary
because
Mercedes has come in defense of Perry Tavares
yeah, Paralee
and
Tavares, Tiny
Richard
Tavares,
Starr.
yes, yeah, and she and I got into an argument the other night, and she stated, I said, well, you told me that Tiny Tavares was doing at least about 100 Ks a year, 100 grand a year in drug sales. And she indicated, no, I didn't. I says, no, you didn't, Mary. You stated that. And you stated that Tiny and Rick Fusaro both could get off. Now, people that are listening, the politicians and the law enforcement, you got to understand how this thing has overlapped. You get the five central characters: Jim McGarrigle, my ex, former state representative Peter Morin, Tiny Tavares, Tom Florence, and Richard Clefstead, that brought in people like Rick Fusaro. Rick Fusaro brought in other people like Karen Crozier. Karen Crozier brought in other people. All the allegations are other people that were local, like lowlifes, like women that from either from New York, Massachusetts, these women. And then what happened was these women became envious and jealous because of my lack of reason to acknowledge these people that even exist. I mean, this Mary Mercedes named one woman out of this 1800 Herpes Street, and which John thinks is Karen Crozier. So what John is stating is that even the conflict started happening within the lowlifes and these people, because they had been using, they developed this abnormal obsession just because I would not acknowledge them. Why would I acknowledge people like this, that are carrying on this way? No, I didn't say I treated them bad. I was just not going to acknowledge this type of lunacy. For what? It it has no purpose, you know, at all. So, John, am I correct on this? Is this somewhat what happened? Basically started with revenge from the men, and then the men used their ex-lovers or women that they've used for drug trafficking or what, and then it got out of hand. Is that correct to say, basically, to sum it up?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, they've committed a lot of criminal activity toward me. That you think, do you think this is enough for the police to investigate and apprehend and have some closure to this? What do you think?
My honest opinion, yes. They
Okay.
should have had enough evidence 2 years ago, at least.
Precisely. Precisely.
Okay?
And I think it's because of exactly what I'm stating. It was so many people that used so many people for one reason or another. And, you've got the low lifes using other low lifes. You got the low life men they've used bringing in these women that they've either used for drug dealings or they've used in one way. And for some reason, these women who've become so consumed with my being feel that they have to retaliate on me. But we know, but we've got to mention one thing about these women. Even the potty mouths that was on my wall. They mentioned a John Astor. So John Astor would undoubtedly be involved in this, John. Who is this John Astor? Mary Mercedes mentioned him. So do you think John Astor is the man who's putting the pressure on these women through
I think
his...
he's a fake
He's a what now?
profile, and I think he might be Peter Moore.
Peter Moore, yes.
I went in a couple nights back and looked up the name of John Astor.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that came up was a coffee magnet that died on the Titanic in his family.
Right, so they're using
his
these...
first name was John Astor. John Jacob Astor was his full name.
Precisely.
So I took the name down as John Astor. I found a corrupt lawyer.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that figures. So basically, these women have been put in compromising positions. Is that correct? With these men. And they're using them to come to my wall to harass and stalk and do all of their criminal harassing and dirty work. Is that correct, John?
I'd have to believe that and say yes.
John, just one thing that I'm I guess I'm mortified, mesmerized, all of the above. Why can't they just walk away and get on with their lives? Is it because they have no lives, or what is it?
It's the central word of obsession. Once they get involved with this, they are obsessed with it.
Why?
They want to be a part of your life, albeit they are going down the wrong way with it.
Why do they want to be a part of my life, John? Explain that to the law enforcement.
Sometimes you have a problem. I'm going to be honest with the public right now.
John,
Lynn Crozier has a problem with believing some of what I tell her. It's about her prestige. It's about her power. It's about her family history. It's about
John, no, I don't have a problem with that part. I have a problem with people going to these lengths. Any human being would go to these lengths just to be in the midst of a person's life where it could jeopardize criminal charges against them. So that's the part that, it's hard for me to fathom.
What obsession's all about.
Precisely. I know about the power and prestige of my prominent family. I'm very much aware of that, but to go to these lengths and to jeopardize that, it's beyond me. So it just sounds like it's time for the law enforcement to step in and handle this so I can get on with my life. Because, can I ask you this? Do you think they even have any idea how they have affected my life and my family and my children? Do you think these people have any conception, any remorse?
I think they're getting it now, yes.
But why didn't they get it earlier, John? Why?
Again, because they could operate their low-life ways in secret.
In secret. That's what you mentioned that. So through the fake profile, sending people to meet me personally, sending people to my home to meet me, and all of that is criminal activity, John. I mean,
That's right.
all right, John. Okay, so it's just okay.
Let me
This
say one other thing, ladies and gentlemen. If the police were to come here right now and talk to me about this, I
mhm.
will be glad to testify and to talk to any of them.
Well, great, John, because it's time to end this. You know, my life evolves around more than, you know, Facebook and what's going on here. And it's unfortunate that it had to become public because these criminals and these obsessors, they deal in secret, as you say, to keep their identity hidden because of what they're doing. I'm sure once it's investigated, there's going to be a lot more unfolding. So I'm sure. So basically,
Right.
this thing just kept going and going, so it has to stop. It has to. It has to come to an end because, you know, I have to live my life, and I will live my life. All right, John Porter, this is all going to be submitted. So basically,
Present it and let's
so
do it.
basically the five central characters are the main core. They use from their political influences, their illegal influences, low lives, and more low lives, and more low lives. I am beside myself, John. I am. All right, I will be back, Carla Bouvier. Thank you.